Everybody, happy Friday. It is time for another tag video. I was tagged by the wonderful Rachel from Active Rachel Ann. I'm going to stick her link below. Please go check her out. I also follow her on Instagram. She's awesome. She's got a great channel and she's just so personable, and I love that I met her on this medium. So anyway, let's get started. This tag is a get to know me tag. So let's see here. Number one, what is your favorite Netflix show? It would have to be The Twilight Zone. My family and I watch it like incessantly. That and the original Star Trek, we also watched that. Although there was one season where it just seemed like we kind of had to skip over it with the boys because Captain Kirk kept like, every planet they were on, there was like a half-naked alien woman, and he kept on, he'd have to, start making out with her. And so we're like, okay, we can't really watch that season, whatever that was, but we've got little growing boys and they're just a little too interested in what Captain Kirk is doing right now. So we went back to The Twilight Zone. So anyway, that would probably have to be my favorite. Number two, describe your first crush. Okay. Don't think I'm a horrible person, okay? But when I was in kindergarten, my friend Sonia and we liked this kid. His name was Shepherd, right? I don't know what his last name was, but I know that his first name was Shepherd. And he was a really nice little boy, just real sweet little kid. Now this is first grade. And we both just had this crush on him, and he happened to sit next to me in class. And one day he turned around and he gave me a kiss on the cheek. Well, you would have thought that I would have been over the moon, but once he did that, he kind of like destroyed my whole view of him and how I guess maybe I just liked to like him, but I didn't really want it to go any further than that. And I turned around and I got so mad and I punched him in the face, and I got right in his face and I said, "Don't you ever kiss me again." And the teacher was so, kind of like taken aback. She just kind of like did this and didn't know what to do and was kind of like, okay, I guess she doesn't want to be touched anymore. Now I was going through a lot of stuff as a 5-year-old, and poor Shepherd, it kind of came out on him at that moment. So I've always felt really bad that I punched poor Shepherd in the face when he kissed me, because he was my first crush. I don't really remember what he looks like, but I do remember his cheek when I punched it, and what that looked like. And I feel really bad about that. Poor Shepherd. All right, let's go on to number three. Number three, what is your favorite film and why? My favorite film, that was kind of hard to answer, but it would have to be Babette's Feast. I've talked about that before. It's something that I watch every year while I'm preparing Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving meal. And it's just, it's something between me and myself. It's just this tradition. I'm a big foodie. And I love films where they do very little talking, but it's more about the food and the creation of it and the soul and the love that goes into the cooking to the people that you're cooking for. And this film has got all of that. It's just, there's so many life lessons in it. It's a foreign film. I don't think it's in French. I think it's in I don't know, it's in another language, but like a province over there or something. But it's a beautifully done film, and that would have to be my favorite of all time. I bought it, so it's on. I bought it from the App Store and then from iTunes, and then I also have the videotape of it too, so I could see it that way. But anyway, that's my favorite. That would have to be more of a serious film, but I also love Christmas with the Cranks, because that's super lighthearted and it's just funny. It's just a silly movie, and I love to see it every year. So that's probably my second favorite. Number four, what was your dream job as a kid? I wanted, after I saw Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I wanted to grow up and own a chocolate factory because I thought I could make it just like Willy Wonka's, right? And I thought that was a real possibility, and I used to dream about it at night. And then I wanted to be a police officer as I got older. And now I'm a mom of boys, so I guess it's somewhere in between there. Anyway, okay, number five. what is your coffee order? My coffee order, this is going to sound funny. It has been the same, like if we go through Starbucks or someplace like that, it has been the same for about 15, 20 years. It has not changed. And ever since then, the only thing I get is a tall, decaf, sugar-free, French vanilla latte. And it has varied over the years. I've gone soy milk to coconut milk to regular milk, but the rest of it stays the same. And at home, hubby changes the flavors for me quite often, and that's really nice. But when we go out, it's always the same thing. And I just can't get out of that box. I don't know why. It's like when you find a good thing, why mess with it, right? All right, number 6, have you moved home? Where to and how was the experience? Have we moved home? You know, we come from California, and we always thought that we would go back one day. And we used to, and even now, you'll hear us say, you know, well, we went home for Christmas, or we went, you know, we still consider that place where our parents, you know, were, where we kind of met, as our home. In reality, I don't think we're ever going to move back. And now we really do feel like desert dwellers, and we feel like Las Vegas is really, you know, where we're from more than anything else. But I don't know, we've never made it to moving back home. Honey was in the Air Force when we first got married. He actually joined so we could get married. And then, you know, we went from place to place. I mean, we've just, you know, we've moved so many different times because of that, and never made it back to California. So I don't know. I mean, I doubt we'll ever get back there, but we might. You never know. Number 7, have you ever failed at anything, and what did you learn? You know, I had to think about this one because, yes, I have failed, I think, at something many times. But because every time, and I know I don't want this to sound soapboxy, but I seriously did learn from those times. And maybe I didn't at the time, every time, but I can look back and go, gosh, I really did learn, you know, from that, and walk away. So I really can't count that as a fail, because they were just steps towards success is what they were. So I don't think that, you know, they were really failures. I think as a parent, we fail a lot. You know what I mean? We fail so many times because we're trying new things. all of our little boys have special needs. And so trying to hone in to teach them in accordance to what they need is like, it's really hard sometimes, you know, to reach each child on the place that they need to be at on that plane and meet them there. And most of the time I feel like I'm failing at first, but I know there's an answer, and I know that there's a way, there's some sort of way I can make a connection with them. And just, you know, praying about it and researching and keep trying until you find something that it really works. You know what I mean? All right, do you have any pets? Show them to us. I will show you them right now. All right, what are your pet peeves? Number 9. My pet peeves, oh wow. You know, this is going to sound like, again, like I'm crazy, but I'm not. But I'm a little OCD, so I can go in a room, and if, this is going to sound weird, but if all of the pictures, if everything in there that is rectangular or square in some way are not perpendicular, if the lines are not straight, and in accordance to, let's say I'm looking, I mean, like lined up in a grid form, like the panes back there in the window, then it's so bothersome to me, and I have to go around the room and put it in that order, and then I'm okay. I'm at peace. But if I go in a room and there's a book and it's like this, and the rest of the room is straight and perpendicular to itself, I have to fix it. It's just, it will bother me so much. And I always thought, yeah, it makes me feel kind of crazy or something, but it's just one of those things that I can't stand to be wet and cold, period. That's like, oh, it's hugely horrible. A lot of people don't like to hear people chewing, right? And I don't seem to really be able to, I don't listen to that. So it doesn't really bother me unless they're like chewing with their mouth open and I see the food. Yeah, that's disgusting and that's really hard to deal with. But if it's an old person and they don't have teeth and they're doing the best they can, I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm just going to look away and be kind because I'm going to be there one day. I hope not, but I hope I'll keep my teeth. But if I don't have them, I wouldn't want somebody getting all grossed out because, I'm not able to deal with it. All right. Number 10, what is your favorite color? It has always been periwinkle blue. It's got a little bit of lavender in it, and I love lavender. It's just soft, and it reminds me of, I don't know, sweet tarts or something. Number 11, do you have any siblings? My parents had 13 children. Together and same marriage, same family. And then on top of that, I have 2 half-brother and sisters, stepbrother, stepsister on my dad's side. But we've really kind of lost touch with them, which is kind of sad. But and then we lost my eldest brother this last year. And so there are 12 of us left here now, and some of us are closer than others, and you get a big, but I want to say you get a big, family like that, and you're always going to have a few, rough spots, but more than I mean, if we were to get together at a reunion, we could all be civil to each other and still enjoy each other's company, so that's not bad, right? So anyway, let's see here. Oh, number 12, have you been to any concerts or festivals? Which ones were the most memorable? I would have to say when Calvin, our eldest, was a teenager, he wanted to go to so many music festivals. We took him to many of them, but we did do Spirit West Coast, which is like big Christian music festival out on the West Coast. It was in Del Mar and San Diego, and we camped out for 3 days, and it was so good. We actually went back like the next year or two, and we even took a big group of other teens in a homeschool group there, and it was just really a lot of fun. So that was just awesome. Number 13, what social media are you addicted to? I'm not really addicted to social media, as you can tell, because I don't put videos up that often these days. I do love watching YouTube and the connection that we have here. But I think I would have to say probably YouTube is the most time that I spend on social media, and I check in with Facebook. I just do a little bit of liking and stuff. I am not active on Facebook, so I don't really advertise that I have a Facebook because I only have like 2 or 3 friends on it. And in fact, I signed up for it just so I can, I don't know, sign up for some sort of contest one time. Instagram, I'm kind of hit and miss on. I'm not that active. Twitter, I just don't even do. I signed up for it once, and it's like, it moves really fast for me. Our eldest defriended me on Twitter, I guess, because he didn't, not to be mean, he just didn't want Mom seeing what he was posting, and so I'm not his friend on Twitter. So I'm like, oh, well, whatever. So I'm not a Twitter person. Number 14, you are going out with friends. Describe your night. That is so easy. We have some really good friends that we haven't been able to spend time with for a while, but we would go out to eat like once a month, and we would go to a buffet. We would go to these wonderful buffets and spend time together, and that was so wonderful. And we miss that terribly, and we miss them, and that's it. A good buffet and good friends. What can get any better than that? Me and Honey and I are both real happy with that. All right, so Active Rachel Ann, thank you so much for tagging me. I really enjoyed this. I am going to Angela MyLife. I don't know if she's still watching. I haven't seen anything from her lately. But Angela, if you're out there, do the tag. I want to hear from you and see if that you're doing fine. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.